Hello learners, welcome to the another session of vocabulary building. So today we are going to learn 10 new words. So let's begin. The first word is maudlin. What does maudlin mean? Maudlin means self-pityingly or tearfully sentimental. So when you are very sad, very emotional, very sentimental, then what is the word for that? That is maudlin. So the sentences with this word are: Jimmy turned maudlin after 3 drinks, turned emotional after 3 drinks. He gets very maudlin, emotional after a few drinks. He gets very maudlin when he is in his cups, very emotional when he is in his cups. Sir Ralph was becoming maudlin, emotional after his third glass of claret. The next sentence is: no plea for contributions was too maudlin, was too emotional. The next word is maverick. Maverick is someone who doesn't behave or think like everyone else, but who has independent, unusual opinions. So maverick is someone who is different from others and behave and think different from others. So he has always been a bit of maverick, different from others in way of thinking and in the way of behaving. Politically, she is a bit of maverick, different from others. You are a maverick, different from others in behaving and in the way in the way you think, and you will try anything. The next sentence is: you are a maverick and you will try anything. You are a person who think and behave differently from other persons and you will try anything. He was considered something of a maverick in the publishing world. Maverick means different from others. He was too much of a maverick ever to hold high office, to of a different person because he thinks or behaves differently from others. So a person who does not behave or think like everyone else but who has independent, unusual opinions is the one who is maverick. The next word is mawkish. What is mawkish? Mawkish means sentimental in an exaggerated or false way, having a faint, sickly, flavor. So this word is also used for flavor, but majorly we use it for sentimental in an exaggerated way or a false way that doesn't seem true. So the sentences with this word are: the film lapses into mawkish sentimentally near the end, means एक्सट्रीमली एक्सेजरेट कर दिया जिसको, जो इतना है नहीं लेकिन उसको इतना बना दिया. Sorry. The next sentence is: a sordid, sentimental plot unwinds with an inevitable mawkish ending. Inevitable, extremely emotional ending. He can combine tenderness and humor without becoming mawkish, without becoming exaggeratedly emotional और without becoming, मतलब इतना ज़्यादा इमोशनल हो जाता है कि वो सच नहीं लगता, झूठ लगने लगता और बहुत ड्रामा लगता है. So, oh really, she told herself crossly, you are becoming mawkish, you are becoming too much emotional, doesn't seem true. The movie is set to a mawkish score. To a mawkish score is a too high emotional that it doesn't seem true. The next word is maxim. Maxim means a few words that express a rule for a good or sensible behavior. So जैसे कोई एक पत्र, जैसे ये पिक्चर में दिख रहा है ना, जैसे कोई एक पत्र हो जिस पर लिख दिया हो कि क्या क्या अच्छी चीज़ें होती हैं, वही वही करनी है, तो डेट इज़ व्हाट मैक्सिम. मैक्सिम इज़ अ फ्यू वर्ड्स डेट एक्सप्रेस अ रूल फॉर गुड एंड सेंसिबल बिहेवियर, कि क्या अच्छा और सेंसिबल बिहेवियर है वो उस पर लिख दिया गया है और वही अच्छा और सेंसिबल बिहेवियर है इन फ्यू वर्ड्स, कुछ शब्दों में लिख दिया गया है. सो द सेंटेंसेस विद इट आर: अ गुड मैक्सिम इज़ नेवर आउट ऑफ सीजन, इट ऑलवेज होल्ड्स ट्रू. शी बिकेम हैप्पीली at maxim, she beamed happily at maxim. So maxim is a letter type or in which a few words are written of what is right and what is sensible. So I believe in the maxim, if ain't broke, don't fix it. Maxim caught him 3 strides up the second alley. In either case, we violate the maxim of brevity. So what is maxim? Maxim means a few words that expresses a rule for good or sensible behavior. A few words that express a rule for good or sensible behavior. The next word is mendacious. Mendacious is not telling the truth and lying. And I have pasted this picture here because I just related to it with झूठ बोले कौआ काटे. So mendacious से आप ये क्रो को याद करना और just remember it meaning not telling the truth, lying. So the sentences with it are, but Legaspo's reassurance that Vienna was not as mendacious as many believed, is not इतनी भी झूठी नहीं थी वो जितना लोगों ने उसको मान लिया था. Cavaliers, arrogant, mendacious means lying, and whatever else he was, Mike Storrs was also an idealist. So mendacious means lying, not telling the truth. If they carry on confounding chronology in this mendacious manner, they are likely to hit 30 as I reach 60. सो मतलब क्रोनोलॉजी इन दिस मेंडेशियस मैनर, मतलब वो जो झूठ बता देते हैं ना अपनी एज वेज, तो वो 30 हिट कर पाएंगे जब तक कि वो 60 हिट कर लेगा. सो द नेक्स्ट सेंटेंस इज, शी गेव अस अ मेंडेशियस रिपोर्ट, अ फॉल्स रिपोर्ट. द मेंडेशियस beggar told a different tale of woe at every house. The mendacious, the liar beggar, the one who lies, told a different tale of woe of his sufferings at every house. The next word is modicum. Modicum means what? A very small amount, especially of something good and pleasant. So making a modicum of progress in my career, literally everyone. Word modicum means a small quantity of a particular thing. So what is modicum? Modicum is a very small amount, especially of something good and pleasant. जैसे कि वो क्या कहते हैं उसे, हाँ, अमृत. अमृत का तो थोड़ा सा भी पार्ट आपको मिल जाए तो वो भी बहुत, क्योंकि अगर थोड़ा सा भी पार्ट है ना, वेरी स्मॉल अमाउंट, जो चीज़ अच्छी है, गुड है और प्लेजेंट है, तो डेट इज़ व्हाट? मोडिकम. देयर इज़ नॉट इवन अ मोडिकम ऑफ ट्रूथ इन हर स्टेटमेंट, कि थोड़ी सी भी सच्चाई नहीं है उसकी स्टेटमेंट में. दे शुड विन, गिवन अ मोडिकम ऑफ लक, गिवन अ व्हाट ऑफ लक, थोड़ी सी उनको लक दे दिया जाए, थोड़ा सा बांट दिया जाए ना, वेरी लिटिल ऑफ समथिंग गुड एंड प्लेजेंट. इफ़ ही हैड अ मोडिकम ऑफ सेंस, अगर उसके पास थोड़ा भी सेंस होता, ही वुडंट डू सच अ फूलिश थिंग. एनीवन विद अ मोडिकम ऑफ कॉमन सेंस, विद some amount of common sense, could have seen that the plan wouldn't work. Anyone with even a modicum of intelligence, with a little intelligence, would have realized that. So even little is the word for modicum, but that is of something pleasant. Morass is what? A complicated and a dangerous situation that is especially difficult to escape from, and it is also used for an area of low soft wet marshy land. Low soft wet marshy land, ओके, वो दलदल वाला जो एरिया होता है वो मोरस. और अ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड एंड अ डेंजरस सिचुएशन दैट इज स्पेशली डिफिकल्ट टू एस्केप फ्रॉम इज ऑल्सो मोरस. सो दे वर स्टक इन अ मोरस ऑफ पेपर वर्क, इन अ डिफिकल्ट और अ डेंजरस सिचुएशन दैट इज़ डिफिकल्ट टू एस्केप, एंड उस वाले पेपर वर्क में वो फंस गए हैं. तो मोरस ऑफ रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन, जो कॉम्प्लिकेशंस और जो डिफ़िकल्टीज़ है ना, जिससे बाहर निकलना मुश्किल है, वो उस रूल्स और रेगुलेशंस की दलदल में फंस चुके हैं. तो ये वो हिंदी में जो दलदल का वो क्या कहते हैं उसे, व्हाट इज़ दैट, कि शब्दों पे मत जाइए, भाव पे जाइए. मतलब कि दलदल की उसका सिंबॉलिक मीनिंग कुछ और है. सो द मोरस जो रूल्स और रेगुलेशंस के दलदल में फंस चुके हैं. आई ट्राई टू ड्रैग माई सेल्फ आउट ऑफ द मोरस ऑफ डिस्पेयर, जो दुख के दलदल में से मैं अपने आप को बाहर निकालने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. वी गॉट बॉग डाउन इन द मोरस ऑफ डिटेल इन ब्यूरोक्रेटिक रेड टेप. सो दे आर, वो उसकी दलदल में फंस चुके हैं, ये जो रेड टेपिज्म वगैरह होता है. एट बेस्ट व्हाट विल इमर्ज फ्रॉम दिस ब्यूरोक्रेटिक morass in an entirely new paradigm for dealing with cross border studies. So ये जो ब्यूरोक्रेटिक दलदल है, सो morass is दलदल. The next word is most. Most is the widely accepted social norms, customs, and behaviors that embody the fundamental moral values and beliefs of a particular society or group, distinguishing between what is considered right and wrong. So these are what? Widely accepted social norms. The sentences with it are: expectations reshaped by most are no longer so easily affronted. So जो एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं जो रीशिफ्ट हो गई हैं, ये जो मॉस है, ये जो नए सोशल नॉर्म्स वगैरह बने हैं, कैन नॉट बी ईजिली अफ्रंटेड. द नेक्स्ट सेंटेंस इज दे स्टूड फॉर द प्रिजर्वेशन ऑफ द मोस, फॉर द preservations of the social norms and main word is most, that is preservation of what? Social norms. This double standard of social norms, customs and values between attitudes to man and woman was evident throughout the survey. Such a shift in most social values would not have been predicted by any theory arguing that gay sexuality is fixed. They are actually shifting social norms of what is considered beautiful. The next word is munificent. Munificent means extremely generous, kind. So the sentences with it are: a former student has donated a munificent sum of money to the college. He enjoys being munificent on a princely scale. Munificent means kind. I am so happy to get munificent birthday presents from my friends, generous birthday presents from my friend. In the political field, he supplied munificent financial support to the Liberal Party and its numerous causes. So, what? Supplied munificent, generous financial support, kind financial support. What is more munificent? What is more generous? This reward all roles can enjoy to the account number under. The next sentence is scurrilous. Scurrilous means what? Making or spreading scandalous claims about someone with the intention of damaging their reputation. So the other words for this can be defame karna, malign karna. So that is what? Scurrilous. So it is a synonym for that, obviously. The sentences with it are: she was often quite scurrilous in her references to me, was quite malign or defaming in her references to me. The hoodlums defiled the church with their scurrilous writing, with their malign writing. Scurrilous, malign, and untrue stories were being invented, means defaming, the stories that were made to defame others. He wrote a scurrilous piece about me in the local press. Scurrilous piece means malign piece that will eventually defame him. A mixture of technical facts and utterly scurrilous gossip and dirt if it releases to the car. Scurrilous gossip means what? Malign gossip. So these are the words that we have to learn today. Thank you.